I thought you had a 9. I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be hard for you to fold, but you're a smart man. You know old man D-Eggs don't speak.
Today, we're diving into 9 of the most outrageous moments in poker history. A collection of unforgettable hands that will leave you speechless. From epic poker meltdowns that turn the poker table into a stage, to horrific runouts that crush dreams in a single card. We've got it all. But that's not all. We are also going to showcase some of the best folds that prove poker is as much about the hands you throw away as the ones you play. And the worst calls that will have you yelling at the screen in disbelief. Talk your way to victory. In our opening clip, Daniel Negreanu takes poker mind games to a whole new level. Facing off against UK professional Robinson, Daniel doesn't just outplay his opponent with cards, he uses his words to dismantle his opponent's confidence. Watch as Robinson, overwhelmed by Daniel's psychological mastery, makes a decision that will haunt him for years.
Bet 400,000.
D-Negs. How much in the pot? 400.
You have 9 Jack 9.
10 and 6s into a bluff. 7s, 8s. Would you do that?
None of those cards in my hand.
Nice run out again for me. Gone polarizing, so you've got an ace, so you've got a bluff. That's how it works, right?
Correct. Absolutely. On point.
Would you check down? Ace Jack makes sense. Not many aces make sense. Ace 5 makes sense. You read my hand, so that speech play made me fold.
Phew. I thought you had a 9. I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be hard for you to fold, but you're a smart man. You know old man D-Eggs don't speak.
Robinson folds the second nuts. It's a moment so outrageous, you almost can't believe it happened. But this is what makes Daniel Negreanu one of the best in the game. His ability to talk, analyze, and pressure his opponents into making catastrophic mistakes. It's a masterclass in poker psychology. And it's not over yet. Stick around to see these two battle it out again. Hey, are you enjoying the video so far? Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell to never miss an epic poker moment. A Lamb Among Stars. In this next clip, the spotlight shines on Ben Lamb, one of poker's brightest stars. With a World Series of Poker bracelet, multiple final table appearances, and over $8 million in career winnings, Lamb's reputation precedes him. Known for his razor-sharp reads and fearless decision-making, Ben faces a hand so complex it leaves everyone at the table and at home on the edge of their seats.
On the dealer button.
This hand, same thing. It wouldn't be a bad hand to just go all in with, secure what's in the middle.
Yeah, different players do have different strategies. Divorce going to raise here. It wouldn't surprise me if Ben Lamb plays as aggressive. He just shoved Jack-10 suited pre-flop last hand. So he does make the call.
What's up?
The flop lands, setting up a board brimming with potential. Both players find themselves in an intricate web of possibilities, with each card carrying the weight of monumental decisions. For Ben Lamb, this is a familiar territory, the type of situation where his poker instincts shine brightest.
Looks like he is going to bet. It's a very small bet. It's not very common in short deck to see these small bets. Pretty much lets your opponent call with anything. Makes it actually really confusing to play post-flop.
It's pretty cool if he decides to put multiple bets in, knowing that he blocks King-Queen.
Then comes the turn, the wildest card in the deck. A card so impactful it reshuffles the dynamics entirely. As the pot grows, so does the tension, and with every decision carrying higher stakes.
Look at that though.
I think Divorce is like, well, I actually didn't expect to hit these strip queens, but I'll take it. It makes a lot of sense for him to consider checking here because say he bets his opponent has a king, goes all in, then what? Price yourself out or something silly. So he does check.
Yeah. Wow.
That is the perfect card because the flush doesn't get there.
Yeah, yeah.
Lamb's hand has improved to a full house, a scenario that would have most players grinning ear to ear. But poker's cruel irony strikes again. Despite holding one of the strongest hands on the board, Ben realizes he could be up against an even stronger monster. It's a moment where experience and intuition take over, separating the pros from the amateurs.
So I think
You don't have me covered too. You have 80, 81.
so. Some things maybe Ben Lamb thinks about. Okay, how much does Divorce play short deck? Is he that sick to make a play in this game type that he may be less experienced in? When you're in this situation, you're always trying to think, okay, what kind of hands my opponent would bluff with? Wow, that's an amazing fold.
In an outrageous display of discipline and insight, Lamb folds his full house. A move so rare, it leaves the table stunned. Moments like this are what make Ben Lamb one of the greatest minds in poker, proving once again that sometimes the strongest play is knowing when to walk away. What's the best or toughest fold you've ever made? Share your poker stories in the comments below. Fool me twice. As if the first encounter wasn't enough, Robinson finds himself up against Daniel once again. But instead of adapting, Robinson doubles down, trying to beat Daniel at his own game. The result? Another round of confusion, frustration, and ultimately defeat.
Maybe I'll show you at the end of the hand.
It's a 6. Check.
Stroke the beard. Deep in thought. Okay, let's do 100.
It's a 2. Bet. 100. It's a 6. Call. It's a 6. Check.
He's funny. Okay,
It's a 2. Check.
You give up?
I did it. You got that face like you're going big. He's got the going big face. You see it?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I want to frickin' eat this pot.
Well,
You went the other way? You went the other way?
Wrong. He was gonna bet
Every
big, but
time
he was-
people do this little dinky bet on this spot, they never have it, right? You just have like a pair of 8s or something like that. I know, it's fine, it's okay. You're gonna feel it right now. You're gonna feel what happens when you get those dinky little bets.
Daniel's conversational tactics are in full force as he effortlessly dissects Robinson's strategy. When Daniel says he's coming with heat, it's more than a warning. It's a signal that he's in complete control. Holding a flush, Daniel dominates the hand, unraveling Robinson's every move with surgical precision.
Coming with heat. I just don't know what yet. Heat is coming, ladies and gentlemen.
Heat has been announced.
Heat is. I cannot
Everybody.
call with this hand.
It
No
is
way. It's one of the
verbally
other. It's one of the other.
binding heat.
40. That's right. we got him right where we want him. Let's do 340. Ha 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 ha! Boo boo.
Daniel's read on Robinson is so precise, he manipulates him into betting really small with garbage. It's not just skill, it's an art form. Robinson doesn't stand a chance against the relentless mental pressure Daniel applies, cementing Negreanu's reputation as the ultimate poker psychologist. The teacher schools the brat. In this unforgettable hand, Phil Hellmuth finds himself in a battle with amateur player David Fishman. As the hand unfolds, the poker brat is at his most volatile, unleashing a tirade that's as outrageous as it is unnecessary. But just when you think Hellmuth's frustration will overshadow the moment, an unexpected hero steps in.
That was a hero. That was a strong call, kid. So I gotta say, I'm folding that for 29.
That one guy. Got the calling station as a jack.
The calling station. You're not David. You're the calling station. The businessman, the calling
He's the
station.
guy that's going to give me 50,000 for no reason, Dave is. Plays every hand.
That was 5 levels above me right there.
No. Actually, I never try to bluff David. I rarely do. But he's just a complete calling station. Dude, you're the biggest calling station at the table.
Hellmuth's tilt begins before the hand is even dealt. His body language is tense, and you can tell he's itching to vent his frustration on someone. For David Fishman, a school teacher living out his poker dream, this could have been an intimidating moment, but instead, it becomes an opportunity to shine.
5 of hearts on the turn gives Hellmuth 2 pair. He bets 15 grand.
We know Fishman isn't getting great immediate odds since his pairs are still no good, but PH could be doing this with worse flush draws, and he's got enough behind for decent implied odds.
Add it all up, and Fishman makes the call.
He's looking for a club or a 10.
The river, there's the 10 completing the straight.
Fishman swims the upstream battle and runs down the great one.
Action on Hellmuth.
23,600.
Bets 23-6.
23,600 into a $45,000 pot.
This is pretty dirty. Fishman's reverse pedaling the nuts. Clearly, he's going to raise. The only question is how much, and can he get Phil to call?
I'm not going to let you do this to me again, Phil. I can't let you do this.
Fishman, clearly the underdog at the table, starts talking. An unusual move for an amateur, but one that signals confidence. For a seasoned pro like Phil, this should have been the first red flag. Fishman isn't just playing cards, he's pretending to make a stand. And his words seem aimed directly at Phil's psyche.
Leonardo DiCaprio could not be selling this any better.
How much you got behind? Was there an answer to that?
Like 85 or something.
I'm all in.
Fishman shoves.
He even fake hesitated. Watch that Oscar, Leo.
I'm done, Phil.
I see method acting, improv, pantomime. If Phil calls here, the kid stays in the picture.
This is so sick. I mean, is it possible that I just get cooled every hand I play here? You got king, queen of clubs? I mean, I guess so.
Phil's put him on his exact.
When Fishman goes all in, it's not a bluff. His trembling hands and shaky voice scream adrenaline and excitement, not fear. It's a once-in-a-lifetime moment for the school teacher, but Hellmuth, blinded by his own tilt, misses every single sign.
Stacked hand.
God, all that talking leads me to believe that. Wow.
Now, that might be real. I'd certainly be shaking either way.
All right, I call.
Hellmuth calls and sees king, queen of clubs.
Bingo! See, if a club comes, I don't lose one nickel in this hand.
What a pot for Fishman.
I mean,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Can I even play in this game? I mean, what the they find? I mean, what the? I mean, how can I even play in this game? It's like I just get cheated. I mean, hand after hand after hand.
Don't blame the dealer. We all know it's the seat that's unlucky.
Give the amateur an offsuit 10. I don't lose one nickel if he hits a club.
And as expected, Hellmuth erupts. His rant is loud, personal, and painfully tone-deaf. Instead of respecting the amateur's strong hand, he launches right into his usual routine, failing to recognize that, for Fishman, this hand represents far more than just chips. It's potentially life-changing money.
And you know what? I would have called him quicker, except he talked so much that I thought he was super strong. But I know he can't move in with ace-10.
That was a great read, by the way. You had him.
Yeah, you're a real classy guy, buddy. You are.
Who? Him?
You.
Why? What did I do?
Why would you say that? I mean, why would you, I mean, what are you trying to do? The guy hits a miracle 10 on me, and what, you want to just step on me?
He's a school teacher, and you and him have endless trunks of money. Endless trunks of money. He's a school teacher. For God's sakes, man.
Screaming will do you a lot of good.
Oh my God.
Enter Bill Perkins. In a rare moment of camaraderie and wisdom, Perkins steps in to defend Fishman. He reminds Hellmuth, and everyone watching, that not every player at the table is a pro chasing millions. For Fishman, this is the pinnacle of his poker journey, and his victory deserves celebration, not ridicule. Perkins' words land like a gavel, bringing the table's focus back to the incredible achievement of a man living out his outrageous poker dreams. As outrageous as it gets. In poker, there are bad beats, and then there are hands so devastating they become legends. In this unforgettable clip, Andrew Roble, an elite player still in pursuit of his first World Series of Poker bracelet, finds himself at the center of one of the most brutal setups in poker history. What he doesn't know is that the poker gods are preparing a cruel twist of fate that will haunt him for years.
I'll get that.
Raise to 8.
I'll get that. Oh.
Go.
Actually, I better look first. A bit more expensive now.
Go.
It's a three-way clash of pocket pairs, with each player hoping to hit a monster on the flop. Roble's pocket nines seem strong, but what unfolds next is a setup that only poker's most twisted storytellers could craft. Lewis flops quads. His decision to raise with the absolute nuts is a little ambitious. Unluckily for Roble, he's holding the one hand he can't fold and walking straight into a trap.
Go.
On the turn, the board doesn't suggest much danger, and Andrew's full house still seems like a lock. It's the kind of hand so outrageous, even experienced pros are left in utter disbelief.
Cool.
The river is a stuff of nightmares for Roble. It improves his hand to quads, and he's probably doing somersaults in his head, but against Lewis's superior quads, it's a disaster waiting to happen. Roble got the worst river card, so outrageous it's beyond belief, and Lewis, ever the calm assassin, prepares to scoop it all.
All in.
I have quads.
And a call.
Oh, bloody hell. Wow. Can you imagine in the commentary box? Oh my God, what a cooler. Unbelievable. Andrew, that is so sick. That is so sick. God, that's so sick. God almighty. I thought you had the 9.
I thought you had a queen.
Yeah. Nice betting. Nice betting.
I thought they both had a queen.
Really nice betting. That's great betting with quads.
This hand is more than just a bad beat. It's a reminder of poker's unmatched ability to create drama. Andrew Roble, with quads no less, becomes part of one of the most extraordinary moments in poker history. And it's for sure a tale that will be shared in poker rooms for decades. Proving once again that in this game, every hand is a winner and every hand's a loser. An outrageous gut punch. Some players at the table aren't just tough to beat, they're tough to tolerate. Phillips, known for his unique look, relentless chatter, and ability to push buttons, is the quintessential poker bro. But what happens next goes beyond mind games and straight into legendary poker history.
Mabuchi made a bet after the river onto that scary board. Phillips now fires back with a raise.
Has Justin Phillips bet the shirt off his back?
Action on Mabuchi. He's all in.
I call. All in call, table
Phillips
one.
turns over a royal flush.
Royal flush.
Mabuchi, quad aces.
You gotta be kidding me. Quad aces, your last hand of the main event.
What a way to hit the rail.
There's nothing more ultimate than that.
That is a statistical improbability, my friends.
What a horrible river card for you.
Quad aces, an absolute dream scenario in poker. For most players, it's a hand you'd never even think could lose. But this isn't just any hand. On the river, Phillips pulls off the unthinkable, hitting a royal flush that leaves his opponent stunned. As if the astronomical odds of this beat weren't enough. It's even more outrageous losing to a guy in a wife-beater t-shirt. The hero call heard round the world. In this electrifying clip, D'Angelo attempts what every poker fan loves to see, a gutsy hero call, a move that, if executed perfectly, can catapult a player to glory. But if it backfires, it can lead to humiliation. This time, the stakes are high, the tension is in the air, and what follows is a poker meltdown for the ages. Get ready for a front row seat to a whirlwind of emotions, mistakes, and lessons in what not to do at the poker table.
D'Angelo's picked up the flush draw here. Yeah, D'Angelo's going to bet here. He should get Zamani to fold the ace high.
I like that. Should get Zamani to fold, but he doesn't. He makes the call with ace high, and the river's a blank. Ace high's good.
Ace high is good, but it's going to be pretty tough to win with this if he checks. He's going to have to bet to win this pot. Yeah, I think if D'Angelo decides that he's going to get involved here, he should be raising.
Instead, he calls.
You win. He calls. I guess he puts him on.
In a moment of pure chaos, ace high ends up bluffing with what turns out to be the winning hand. The confusion peaks when D'Angelo's opponent mutters, "You win," before showing his cards, giving D'Angelo a fleeting sense of victory. But that hope is quickly dashed when the truth is revealed, leaving D'Angelo visibly shaken.
6-7 or 5-6 here?
No, Ryan's sister. He's lost.
Oh my god, I called you with queen high, dude.
Queen 6.
Oh my god. Oh god, that hurts. I thought I might have the best hand. I didn't think he'd call with the worst hand. You're so bad. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Is he talking to himself or Ben?
It's the sickest thing ever. Like, oh my god. You really called pre with that? So bad.
The aftermath is anything but calm. Visibly rattled, D'Angelo's frustration boils over, and he directs a stream of insults at his opponent. D'Angelo thinks his opponent's play is in question, calling it terrible. The irony isn't lost on anyone. D'Angelo's misread of the situation is the real story here. It's a raw display of how poker always involves some of the strongest egos and emotions.
It is Zamani.
Wow.
You 3-bet queen 6 pre, so I don't think you can point fingers.
Yeah, I guess, but that's the sick. What are you doing, Ben? Oh my god.
I think it's time to move on, Ryan.
What are you?
Poker isn't just a game of skill or luck, it's a psychological war. D'Angelo's meltdown serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of emotional discipline at the table. The cards didn't beat him, his own mindset did. In this moment, D'Angelo reminds us that sometimes the hardest opponent to conquer in poker isn't the one sitting across the table, it's the one in your own head. And make sure to like and subscribe to never miss the sickest suckouts, epic fights, and legendary wins. And thanks for watching.